Sex. I'm gonna skip that one, okay. 80s hair, so I'm going as 80s person. Back already. First of all, especially if you're a girl, you're being always judged on everything you do. I was a guy. Well, I still am a guy. Don't care what other people think. I have never really took what other people think about me. If you want to go another way, you want to change type of music, you want to wear different type of clothes, you want to grow your hair longer or shorter, don't let people tell you what to do with your body. Don't be afraid to express the real you. But if you judge other people by what they do, you will be no better than the rest of them. Last haircut was on August 15th, 2010. Man. My most common phrase is, whoa, man. Whoa, man! Oh, whoa, man. February 13th. Get a different name day. Don't forget to notify your friends and family about this. A copyrighted holiday, in fact. Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short little video today to cope with all the names you guys are being called and what society is telling you what you look like. So, if someone calls you gay and a girl, what I always say is, or you could look like a girl and you could have a feminine head shape and have a shaved head. A style does not determine the person you are. So people that are gay or lesbian, they have every right in the world to be married. If you really like something or love something, why shouldn't you be able to have it? It shouldn't be just a law that every single state should have to debate on. It should be a national thing. I'm not gay. There are people out there that are gay. There are people out there that are lesbian. They don't feel like it's right to live in this country. They don't feel included. You have to block out the people that don't believe in you. You have to block out spectators, commenters, your parents, society. You have to block out everyone that gets in your way. Okay, here's a surprising fact about me. I don't like watching football. I really don't like sports. But it's not just hair to me. I'm just known as a person with long hair. This describes my style. I'm a lot into the heavy metal, classic rock of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Every time I go into the barber store in town, I drive my dad there. But they said they would pay me $50 to get it cut off. $50? I'm not gonna cut my hair off for $50. It's not just something on my head. It serves no purpose. I'm not saying I'm like full of myself. How about you? How's your hair going? Are you a boy or a girl?
I don't have a gender.
Call me Shirley.
You would like me to call you Shirley?
Do you agree with me? Yep. Yeah. I got accepted to Art Institute Chicago. Wow. Wow, it's freezing out. I had to check if I was still male. Honestly, he is probably the best first-time vlogger I've seen. He's pretty good looking, I'd say. No, I'm not gay. And first, I must point out that I'm no way gay, and this shirt does not mean anything. It's just a dude Woodstock man. No, my hair does not make me gay. I approve gay marriage. Now, you're probably thinking, all you churchgoers, oh, that's a sin. I've been a PC person all of my life, so I'm transitioning from a PC to a Mac. Now, all you Mac users, you're probably thinking, ooh, Mac's cool, it's awesome. Well, I'm just not convinced yet. I don't know how you handle having your pants so low on your waist. They're not even on your waist, for God's sake. They're on your butt cheeks and they're on your thighs, man. But how can that be a style, having your trousers low? I don't get it. So, like, what are you guys trying to get out of this? Are you trying to make your junk look bigger? Are you trying to make the girls look at your bottom? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to know. In fact, the other day I saw a young man that was trying to make a slam dunk into the basketball hoop. And he didn't want to go any higher than he could because he was basically going to lose his shorts. You have your legs spread apart as much as possible, walking kind of like a penguin and ready for impact. By the way, I look totally disgusting. I wore whatever really, and I didn't really care what I looked like. Meh. I started Boy Scouts and band when I was in Ohio, which I later quit at the same time when I finished year 9. I went to all the Boy Scout meetings and all the camps. That was my fun. But I could never do that today because of my hair. And summer camp, I didn't shower for a week. And trust me, if I would be there today, there would definitely be changes. I also met my first girlfriend, or what a 5th grader would consider to be. We stayed together for a solid 2 years. I've been single since then. Still had no consciousness of what was going on in 8th grade, and I decided to start wearing name brand clothes. I just wanted to seem more normal. At the end of my freshman year, I got my first Van Halen t-shirt, and I started listening to rock music over the summer. The first song I was attracted to was Humans Being by Van Halen. Over the next 3 years, I would expand my music knowledge and full rock tee wardrobe, and it was the best choice ever. Remember, you were born an original, so don't die a copy. Thank you and good night. Red is the new black. Batman is the new Spider-Man. Your name is now Rachel, and the world is in fact a cube.
Why does water cost money, man? I can't remember the last time I had to pay to drink out of something that's been replenished thousands of times. I mean, you're gonna charge me $2 for something that's supposed to be free? That just ain't right, man.
Okay, so if you add this music, it'll make anything sound epic. Now watch closely. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the hips to subscribe to my channel. It's really a great place to get connected, and all you have to do is touch this area of my body. Ooh, yeah. Now this is getting quite awkward, so I'll see you guys later. You rock.
Can't help but laugh. You look like a
It's the person, not the hairy, then.
ponytails.
Side 1, side 2.
What?
Unknown fact number 2. I pretty much have like 1 or 2 real life friends. And most of that reason is, I don't want to offend anyone here, but where I live, it's just kind of hard to find people that share the same interests as me. So it's safe to say that I spend a lot of time with cats and I have a lot of conversations with them.
Forever alone. Be Mary Poppins.
I was the only white kid and a pretty white boy at that. Pretty white boy, pretty white boy, pretty white boy, pretty white boy.
Gay? No. Gender? Male?
Oh wait, it says right here that you're gonna strip?
Yes. Wait, so you're a stripper? No, wrong video. Wanna move on? Yes. Gender? Peanut. Male. Suicidal? No way.
I would be happy with dying in the process of editing or doing something in film. You know what they say, find what you love and let it kill you. That's what I want to happen. I'm not going to change your religion, I'm not going to conform you. So I attend Urban Village Church, which is in the South Loop of Chicago. And this church community is an LGBT accepting community, which means that they are inclusive to all people that come there. The church is supposed to bring everyone in and help them, not push them away when they see one little flaw. Because you know what? We all sin, and we all sin differently. So why are you judging other people for ways they sin? So this all came about a month ago. I did have a relationship with a guy when I was about 15. And then a few weeks ago, I got off a relationship with a guy. I'm also looking for someone that really has my heart and that I really want to be with. That's all it is. And I'm pansexual. Which means, well, it doesn't mean I'm in love with pans. It means I pan through the different types of people and I don't really choose based on what my opposite is. The more I'm living with it, the more I'm realizing that I was always like this. And that brings me to this next point where maybe my pansexualism comes back to the part that I feel woman half the time. And we call that bigender. Not to be exchanged with transgenderism, which is not what I am. Now let me explain that to you. Bigenderism means you feel like a man half the time and a woman half the time. And it can be split either way. 75-25, 50-50, 40-60, whatever. But to be completely honest with you, I would be much happier in a woman's body. I mean, I see my body as manly sometimes, see my body as not manly sometimes. The long hair that I used to have, and now that I look back at it, it was all the time I realized this. And I would like to see a gender therapist. I'll see what I can do there. But if I do, I know that I would not change my name. So I'm happy to be a man, and I'm happy to be a woman. But I'm definitely not man or female. So yesterday, same-sex marriage in America became legal in all 50 states. And on the other hand, there are people that have come out to their friends because of the legalization of same-sex marriage. Much like what I did a few weeks ago on this channel. And even though I'm still a Christian to this day, I'm absolutely for it now. Especially because I fall into the category of pansexual and bigender. Love is love. God is love. But that day will come, and if I want to marry a guy, I can. If I want to marry a girl, I can. And you know what? If I want to marry a transgender person, I can. And with that, I'm going to say, my name is Jamie. Keep it casual. Men have to be strong. What the? And aggressive. I don't think so. They have to be emotionless and insensitive. Really? Fearless and practical. What the? Not soft, submissive, or weak. No. They're handsome, but if one person calls them pretty, they defend themselves. They are not pretty, they are handsome. Seriously? It depends on how fast you can grow facial hair, and as you're looking at me, I have none. And to be a woman, you have to look and be beautiful all the time. Big boobs, big butt, and not only take care of, but be supportive of your children. Because most mothers actually take the side of the kids when they come out to them. They are carded as weaker than men, even though they don't mention to them that they went through 9 months of pregnancy. So obviously, I'm not really into the whole gender roles thing. But you know what? Nobody is. Nobody follows those charms. Who wants to be fully male or fully female? All those traits. It's not gonna happen. Does gender determine what you like and what you don't like? No. Does society care what you do? Yes. And seriously, a lot of that stuff is just bullshit. I remember at church, they said, well, I bet you're not making videos with all the political debates going on, and I'm like, no, it's too controversial. And you know what? Here I am talking about politics. Trump, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into it. I'm so scared now. I shouldn't be scared, because I've been out for over 2 years. July 3rd, 2015 was the day that I knew who I was. All these little things from the past that I had not seen, but classmates had. How many people actually walked past me and thought, well, that's not a dude. Before I even came out, people were asking me if I was trans. Mainly because of the long hair. And to be honest, I've been mistaken for both FTM and male to female. And FTM is female to male. This is me. And this is actually the main reason I have stopped making videos for the most part. I wanted to make sure I was safe, I wanted to make sure I was ready for it, and I wanted to really be able to figure it all out before I just came on and said it sporadically, hey, I'm trans. And I've left a few hints in the past 2 or so years in my videos that might connect me to this trans identity that I think one of the things that stopped me from doing this is feeling like I wasn't trans enough, you know, that I was so old. I was 19 when I figured this all out. My name that's in the little title bar up there, that's not me. I was diagnosed with gender identity disorder when I was in the hospital in August or September of 2015. And I've been trying to get on hormones ever since. I can't put a time on it. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. I am not a transgender. There is nothing fake about what I am. And with originally coming out as bigender, I said that I would not ever change my name. But guys, Jamie, Andrea will one day be real. And you're real too. Peace, love. Trans. I am a millennial that is not a snowflake. I'm a lizard. I'm a millennial that is LGBT. Are you male, boy, or female? Girl.
I am genderless, like cacti and certain species of fish.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and I'm a non-binary trans woman who goes by she and her pronouns.
And I went on TV.
I am LGBT, I am a non-binary trans woman. I am 24 years old, almost 25. Age 26, and it'll also mark my 1 year on hormones.
I began on July 15th of last year. I've been on HRT or hormones or estrogen, whatever you want to call it, for almost 9 months now. If you click my name below, Jamie Casual, it'll come up. I am now holding a full-time job. My name is Jamie, keeping it casual since 1995, professionally since 2011. Being trans is having to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to get care because local doctors don't know shit about your hormones or your situation, or even your levels. Being trans is in the morning, reaching down and grabbing your breasts to remind yourself that you're a girl.
This is the morning after, about 24 hours after they made their first incision. So they just took off the head wrap here.
Still trying to figure out what to do with this hair. I lost so much hair the other day. I did an interview today for a full-time job. Oh yeah, I rock this. One more week and I'm going to have my own spot. Almost 30 and get my first apartment. I'm so excited. Yes. Hey gals, guys, and everybody in between. Hi. And now as I stand here today, in these last few weeks of me in my 20s, as my 30th birthday rolls around in about 3 weeks. And I'm finally at a place in my life where I can actually start to work on my own happiness and share some of the things that I have learned throughout life. And hopefully some of these things can help you out. Well, my face shape has certainly changed. I finally made it. I'm 30, flirty, and thriving. It's my 30th birthday today. When I was 25 going on 26, I started estrogen hormone replacement therapy. At 29, I both had my facial feminization surgery, or FFS, the day before Thanksgiving last year. And more recently, I moved into my first apartment. The first place I've had that has been without roommates. There's been so much personal growth in the past couple years. In fact, so much so that every single one of my younger selves, at every age, including just a year ago, would be so proud of me. Hey gals, guys, and everybody in between. My name is Andrea. It's currently November 24th, almost exactly 1 year ago, minus 3 days. I underwent facial feminization surgery at Rush University in Chicago, and my surgeon was Dr. Michael Eggerstedt. Now they did cut into here. See the scar. But the only thing is that when they did it on the chin, they wanted to make sure it was not visible to people. That would be the only thing I would want to change about the surgery, and I actually am getting a revision done this coming year. I had my consultation for vaginoplasty this past May 2nd, and they gave me an estimated date of spring 2026 for that surgery. If this is your first time watching me, hi, my name is Andrea. I'm a 30-year-old transgender woman. I've been on hormones 4.5 years, and this is my channel. This is where I talk about surviving and thriving and being out as a trans person in 2025, soon to be 2026. So I've been on this journey of gender, been on hormones 4.5 years now. Came out 10 or 11 years ago in 2015, 2 years after I graduated. I've known in some capacity for 18 or 19 years, and I am in the last couple months of actually being able to see the next year being able to be what I consider to be a complete woman. To me, this is it for me. That, and I'm also having this revised because they cut into my neck in 2024 and they weren't able to get as much out, so they're cutting in there. And the part that kills me is that I'm Klinefelter's XXY, so I have an extra chromosome, and I never got the full male puberty. I never had the ability to have kids. I never had to think about that when, you know, they're like, oh, well, you'll become infertile. Well, I've been infertile.
The times they are a-changing. We're here to turn the page. It's the same old story, but it's told a different way.
As a transgender woman who at one point was part of the long-haired men community, I'd like to share my experiences in both. So in October 2011, which was 6 months after I started my YouTube in April 2011, I made a separate account called G's Hair Tips that specifically pertained to men growing their hair out. And this was after I had achieved 14.5 months of hair growth. So the first time I grew my hair out, I was 14 years old, and I grew that until I was 17, and a month before I turned 18, which was in August of 2013. In the months leading up to my haircut, my family had convinced me that I had a severe scalp condition, that I had sores on my head that would not ever heal, that I had some sort of scalp psoriasis, and that my hair was too damaged to continue having it the length that it was. And they had convinced me well over that the only way to repair this damage was to buzz my head. I figured it was just a stage in my life and that stage was over. But instead this ended up being just the surface. And since I had already beat and pushed down my thoughts of my sexuality in early 2011 by simply ignoring the classmate that I was having a sex-only relationship with when I was 15. I was also hiding a lot behind my hair in ways that I didn't understand until a year later when I was 19 and diagnosed with depression and anxiety. And I could have very easily avoided the heartbreak days after I cut my hair the second time.
While I do the show, I'm gonna be growing my hair out. My hair's gonna come down to my chest.
Well, it's fucking there, bud. Among other things that weren't there before. Nice things, wonderful things, things that I wish both you and you could have had. God, I wish I could reach in and tell you that you figured out why you feel so attached to your hair. And it's because you are a very stubborn, closeted, transgender teenage girl. But we also just escaped survival mode. I wish I could warn both of you of all the heartbreak and the mental health struggles and just the feeling of being behind in life that I feel currently. That both of you, especially you, are about to experience. Because unfortunately, emotionally mature children create the most behind adults ever.